please stand for the pledge?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening. Today is June 2nd, 2022. This is the Environmental Conservation Board. We have an agenda we're going to follow. The first item is Frank Chofee for 436 Austin Road, construct building in buffer. Okay. Okay. So last time you were here, could you please state your name and who you're here to represent?
This is, my name is Frank Chofee. I am representing myself.
Okay. So last time you were here, we asked you to do a few things. One, we needed you to show the wetland buffer. Here's the buffer. This is for lot one, right?
Yeah, there's two drawings that are the same. He just couldn't get all the information on one, so we made two drawings. But both of those drawings show a horizontal line at the 100-foot buffer.
Okay. And you have 4 trees you're removing. And could you just explain what you're doing here again?
I'm building a workshop slash greenhouse.
That's right. A 480 square foot. Okay. And what are we doing in terms of mitigation for the roof of the greenhouse? Are you putting in a wet rain garden? Yes.
Yes, I
planted
have a rain garden. I just described it in one of the pages.
Okay, you're gonna have to submit calcs to the town engineer,
But you could do that after.
but you could do that after we accept the application.
Okay, I used the calculations based on,
Yeah, but you have to submit them,
oh, okay.
and he has
that's
to
not a
approve
problem.
them,
Yeah,
to make sure
He
that
checks your
he
work.
checks your work.
no problem.
How many trees are to be removed? I see there's something, I
One.
can't read that number.
4, 5.
There's
5?
4, actually.
Trees to be removed.
Well, you have 5. 1
Five.
to be removed, and it says a note here, 4. Is it 2?
Yeah.
Oh, I see, 3, 4. Okay, so 4 trees to be removed.
Got it.
That's fine.
Easy.
And so let's see, rain garden calcs, you owe us. You can have them in. There's no more Mondays. Rose is only on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I think. There's no more Mondays. And to make the advertisements, it's gonna be pushed back a week, I believe.
It has to be pushed back a week now?
Yeah, it's gonna be pushed back, unless they get them in tomorrow. Okay, so you plan to propose a rain guard for the runoff of the roof, 100 square feet large enough for an average rain event in the area, which consists of one. Okay, you're gonna have to, submit the calcs,
No problem.
okay? Sequence of
To
work.
Richard Franzetti?
Rich Franzetti. Remove trees as required, install silt fence, excavate the footing and foundation. He gave us a scope of work, windows, doors, siding, site cleanup, lawn repair. So you're gonna be using an excavator or something to,
Yeah, I spoke to my mason. He's gonna come in with a small excavator, small backhoe.
okay, so where are they gonna where are they gonna store you can't store the machine in the 100-foot buffer.
Yeah, you know what? My architect drew that location before he got the information about where the buffer's gonna go. My driveway is wider than it depicts here, so. we'll
Equipment
put it-
overnight storage.
Yeah, we'll put it,
Spill
we'll put
kit
it
and top.
outside of the buffer zone.
Okay. Okay. Show the electric lines.
Audrey?
I'm just gonna, detail silt fence, got it. Where is he putting the silt fence? Do you have a drawing that shows the location of where you're putting the silt fence?
Yeah, it's right here.
I think it is on one of the drawings, yeah.
Self-fence.
Okay, got it. Got it. Sequence of work, this, machine. You have a stockpile area?
Yeah, it is to the right.
Got
on
it,
the drawing.
got it. Okay. So the only thing you owe
Wetlands
us,
inspector?
what?
Wetlands inspector report on.
We can make the part.
Got it.
Okay, so then you met everything we need with the exception of the wetland calculations. We'll accept the application. We're gonna accept the application, but you have to get the wetland calcs in next week. And then before we approve the permit, I need to have the town engineer approve them.
Okay, so we'll set that up for the next meeting?
Doesn't have to be, this is gonna get advertised.
Okay.
So it's on a 30-day clock.
Right.
And once it's advertised and there's no comments from the town, then we're good. So you have between now and when she calls you back and your permit's ready.
Right, okay.
All right?
And you wanted to see the sequence of work, but you have that listed
Got
here.
that listed here. All right, so do I have a motion to accept the application for Frank Chaffee for 436 Austin Road to construct a building in the buffer with the following conditions? One, that he submits the wetland, the rain garden calculations for approval to the town engineer, and he does a pre and a post inspection after the silt fence is installed. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so you're on the clock, and you'll see in
See you in a
a
month.
month.
Thank you very much, good night.
You
Good night.
got it.
Oh, yeah, a little bit more than a month, actually. There's a 5th Thursday this month.
Okay, yeah, there's like 5 paychecks this month.
All
Three.
right.
Okay, that's one. Next item, Suez Water, New York, for 59 McNair Drive, upgrade to existing well sites. Welcome back.
Hi, how are you? Good evening.
Good evening. Can you please state your name and who you're here to represent?
Yes, my name is Ramya Ramanathan, planning analyst with Adzel Nasher and Ziegler. We represent Suez Water New York applicants in this project.
Is this a new site?
No, we were last for this site in front of you on February 3rd, and we've taken a long while assessing all the projects, discussing this with the town engineer, and we're back with some updates for the board. So
Okay.
I could lead or you could ask questions, either way, whatever works.
We'll ask questions.
Sure.
February 3rd. Ah, here we go.
Okay, what were the notes?
The notes for, this is for 59 McNair, that was number 6. Federal, state, and SWIP.
Yes, the SWIP is with the town engineer. There were updates to the drainage on the plan. There was previously a rain garden, but now we're proposing a dry pond. There was insufficient depth to the groundwater. The rain garden wasn't working because of that. The infiltration results came out, and we had to revise our drainage plans. So now we're proposing a dry pond that works with the town engineer. The SWIP has been submitted again. That was a part of the reason we're here after 4
So
months.
you changed, all right, so this was approved last time, but
No.
you're modifying the plans?
It wasn't really approved because at the end, the only outstanding item in February was that the board wanted us to consider shortening the driveway
Right.
to stay away from the wetlands as far as possible. We did consider that. We went back to the planning board because that would work for us, less work on site. But it turns out the trucks that come into the site to replace the carbon need that extended driveway, and the town engineer would like the plans to be the way they are.
Okay.
So we did consider that, but we're keeping the driveway the same. So the only change on the plan is basically the drainage. Everything else is what you'd previously seen.
Oh, this is the board.
What?
This is the,
So I do recall this one. So just to make sure I understand, so you went back before the planning board and the town engineer
Yes,
with our suggestion about reducing the driveway turnaround area substantially.
Yes.
Because from what we looked at here, our questions revolved around, can't a truck drive in straight, back out straight, and turn around in the cul-de-sac in McNair Drive? It seemed like there was enough space there to do so without having to build a further gravel turnaround that close to the wetlands or a gravel turnaround at all. And the comments that came back from the town engineer and from the planning board were both, no,
Leave
we'd
it.
like to have
Right.
the gravel turnaround in the
yes.
property.
And we also went back to our vendors for the carbon supply because the carbon has to be changed on the infiltration
Right, right.
systems and the truck dimensions and all. It wasn't really feasible for us to cut down the driveway. And the town engineer stuck with his comments for the driveway to be the way it is. So
Yeah, that doesn't make
yeah, it does make sense.
That doesn't make sense physically here. I mean, if they're going in here and then backing and a turnaround on that side of a
I
circle
guess it's
there. What-
because of the existing.
Right, the only thing I can think of is housing there, which
And here's your
planning board
building right
purview, sure.
here, and you're gonna come in here.
Yeah, straight
You'll
in, straight
do
in.
it straight.
So I can give you some additional
Sure.
details on this. So one of the challenges we have with these systems is they're very small, and when we do carbon changeouts, we need a great deal of water, and we have to maintain water service to all of our customers. So to do the carbon changeouts, we need a number of
You need a vac
trailers.
truck, and you need I've done it.
So we're gonna have frac tanks out there. We're gonna have a water tanker out there. We're gonna have a 70-foot carbon tanker out there. And so when you start adding up all of these trucks that we're going to need to do this carbon change out, you really do need a lot of space for them. And we were in agreement with you when we went back.
I mean, let me throw this out there. I mean, the only thing I can think of, which I've done in the past, is if you have a double door at the end of the shed where the carbon units are, and then you just buy replacement units, and you have quick connect hoses on them. You disconnect the hoses, you drain the water, you pick the units out, you throw the new units in, they load them on a truck, and they go away.
So you have what
You would buy two
amount to
s-
be
You
disposable
would
carbon
use
vessels?
you would have two sets of
Kind of like a
carbon vessels.
K-cup, if you will,
Yeah.
right? You use it,
You use
throw
it,
it
you
away
don't
and
throw
put
it
a new
away,
one.
you use it, you buy two sets, you use it, then you take the second set back to the shop, you clean it out, you gut it out, you put your new, because how often are you gonna do carbon?
The plan is a year or hopefully longer. It all depends on loading and flow rates and
Yeah, that way
everything.
it doesn't really, I mean, because you could always have the extra one set and leave it on site, and then just swap them out, and you have a lead lag, right?
We have a lead lag, right. We've already purchased the vessels. All of
Okay.
that stuff
I'm
is
just-
done.
it's just-
No, we understand, and we thought so too. When we were here before you, we were waiting too, because we were bringing all the carbon suppliers to our sites to have them look at them and say, what do you need to access our sites to deliver the carbon? And we were hoping they would come in with an alternative that would be a lot smaller, that they could come in with super sacks or something.
Right.
And unfortunately, they're coming back and they're like, we need this 70-foot tractor trailer. It's like, come on. These
Yeah,
are
no,
these
no
are
problem.
6-foot diameter vessels.
Are
You
they
know, you need
tall?
These are the old wells.
the vessels.
Yeah,
The vessels are reasonably tall, but I mean, they're 6 foot in diameter. I want to say they're probably like 15 feet tall.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
no.
these, compared to some of the sites where we have 30-something foot tall buildings, these are tiny.
okay, no problem.
24 feet?
They're gonna need 24 feet high,
Yeah.
and they're gonna
The
have,
building, that's the building height, so the vessels are inside there, and then
20.
we got the piping on top of it, yes.
yeah.
So we really did look to reduce it. Plus, with the cul-de-sac there, we thought we'd have the ability to park trucks on the cul-de-sac.
It's a, yeah, I get it.
We've been back and forth and around about this.
They're remaining overnight, I get that too,
Yeah.
and that's a different story. That's a little different than drive in, do your thing, get out. I didn't think there would be trailers and stuff remaining there.
Well, the whole thing is they're gonna bring these trailers there, they're gonna try to do the job in one day.
Right, but if they can't
If
get
they
it, they'll
can't
have to
they're
leave
gonna
it.
leave stuff there and
So
the
then
guys
they
will
would wanna
shake
leave it.
out.
Well,
Oh,
the
yeah, they don't
the
leave
frac
it.
tanks will be there for a few days, right? So we got to do the backwash. We containerize all the waste. I
Yeah.
say waste, the rinse water.
The
We
rinse
got to
water.
sample it, make sure there's
Yeah, the
no
last thing they
arsenic
wanna
in
see
it.
is black rinse water running down the sidewalk
So,
Or
yes.
into the,
or into
into
the
the
well.
wetlands.
It's
So-
only carbon.
So there are a number of challenges,
Turn
and
diamonds into carbon
Sure,
into diamonds.
sure. What, diamonds in our wetlands.
Diamonds in our wetlands, little diamonds.
Go ahead, what were you saying?
I was saying, there's just a number of challenges, and, you know.
No, we get
With
it.
all of these trailers, right, we really do need the extra space.
All right, I don't think we had any other comments besides that.
Fed state, so federal, did you need anything from Army Corps?
We have Army Corps permits all out as of January 10th of this year.
Was it submitted in the file?
Yes, it should have been in the initial packet that came to you, correspondence package.
I don't know, I mixed up these files pretty good.
I can give that to you again. I mean, I can email it to Rose. That's not a problem.
Shuffled them. I mixed this one with the other one.
So SWIFT, you just talked about, that's submitted
It's
to the,
true.
was that submitted to the file?
That is with Rich right now because we revised it according to the new drainage. So he has it with him.
Okay. We'll need that submitted to our file.
Okay.
To mark this as,
Yeah.
to accept the application is complete, we need all the files, so that will need to be added to our file.
And the permits in here.
Which one, federal?
No, the, look at the deed.
Deeds in there.
I
Yeah,
just
did-
need to
I
see
did check those.
the Army
Army
Corps
Corps.
and the DEC permits.
Right.
There should have been an email correspondence that says that the Army Corps' time would have lapsed. They had, I think, a 45-day period in which they had to comment, and they didn't.
Is
So,
that from Kramer?
no, that should have been an email correspondence from Gannett Fleming.
Let's see what you get. And then, driveway, right, that was the only other note on this one.
All right, do me a favor, send us a copy
Sure,
of
I'll do that.
the DEC and the Army Corps, because I don't see them in here. But I'm not a very good looker. And you also submitted for a tree cutting permit that, you started cutting trees already, right?
I believe that's done.
That was completed.
Yeah, that was completed.
Yeah, because there's two
Right,
files in
right,
here.
right,
One was a
right.
tree cutting.
Yes.
And one was this. So we're okay, I'm okay with this application to advertise, but I need the following, all right? So we'll just make some conditions.
Sure.
And then we'll go from there, so. So do I have a motion to, there's more paperwork. Gannett Fleming, okay, project purpose, this is his, the wetland impacts. This is the tank, schedule. This, and then this is the EAF. Oh, and here's DEC comments, they had the gravel driveway you clarified, and they wanted some shrubs behind the PFAS building, correct? You saw their comments, right?
Yes, I think we addressed all of those.
Okay. And then US Army Corps.
Are these, just for my knowledge here, are these updates specifically to handle PFAS
That's
Correct.
and PFOS as well, or just?
PFOA, well, yeah, PFAS compounds.
Yeah.
Only PFOA and PFOS are
And
regulated at this
the Army
point.
Corps doesn't proceed.
Fascinating.
Right.
This is ahead of proposed legislation, or is this?
No, we're mandated by the Department of Health to get treatment in by August of this year. So in 2020, the New York State Department of Health issued new PFAS regulations. Prior to that, there were just the federal standards at 70 parts per trillion.
Yep.
The state came out at 10 parts per trillion.
Yep.
They required us to sample all of our wells. We went out there and sampled. Anything above the limit requires treatment.
Right.
And so that's why we're before you.
You're just using carbon, you're not using a stripper, right? You're just using
We're just
carbon.
using carbon, right. Right, generally, the way you remove it is either carbon or ion exchange. If you want to go ion exchange, the state requires you to do pilot testing, which adds about another year to your project to do all the pilot
Carbon's
testing.
faster.
Carbon, exactly. Best available technology is faster. We had 2 years to implement, so immediately we sized vessels, ordered those, started, getting our contractors on board, doing designs, doing permitting, and that's why
where you
we've
are
been
now.
before
Okay.
you to try to do all of
That's
this.
fascinating.
So, all in all, we've got 17 total sites that we're working on. We have the 5 sites here in Carmel.
What's the deadline for water treatment facilities to get this done by?
August
This year.
of
This year.
2022, unless you get an extension. And you can
Okay.
only
Thank you.
get one extension.
That's
All right,
great.
so then do I have a motion to accept the application to Suez Water New York for 59 McNair Drive, upgrade to existing wells, with the following condition that they notify the wetland inspector in advance of the work and post completion of the work.
And then also provide
They're in here, they're approved,
both of them?
both.
Federal, state?
federal, state, and the SWIP approved. So
Awesome.
with the following conditions: wetland inspector, pre and post installation of silt fence, and copies of the SWIP approvals. Okay? So just give us this, before we give you the permit, I need to see the SWIP approval. But that'll be an email from Rich. Can I have those?
Yes. So moved.
Do I have a motion?
So moved. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, you're on the clock.
Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You know, you go out of order.
Dock my pay.
Dock your pay.
I only get one paycheck this month instead of the 3.
Next is Menorah Miragala. Hey, listen, Jack, you know, what can I tell you? Do I have, can you please state your name and who you're here to represent?
My name is John Carell, and I'm representing Menorah Miragala.
And you want to tell us what you're doing?
Mr. Menorah owns a house, existing house on Mexico Lane. Driveway crosses a stream that runs in front of his house to the house. He has no garage. He wants to construct a 24 by 22 car garage on the opposite side of the driveway from the stream. We're proposing infiltrators to treat the water off the proposed roof. And
Where is the garage going?
right here. This is the house. The driveway comes in here, and the garage is going here. It's kind of embedded into the slope.
Oh, proposed garage, I see, okay, got
This
it.
is, it's 8.5 acres. It's a, it's a huge parcel.
Huge parcel.
And it's just, all the, is over here. All the development, the existing development is over there. It's like 2,600 square feet of disturbance. The area, the impervious area for the garage and a small portion of the driveway addition to the garage is 480 square feet. That's the story.
And you're gonna put storm tech infiltrators in?
Yes.
Did you supply calculations to Rich?
Not yet, but I did the calculations, and they're in the format that Rich usually accepts.
Okay. And then,
Where's the wetlands?
here's the buffer.
You got the 100-foot buffer, is the whole
Oh, it's a
property.
brook. That's what you're buffering from, the brook?
Yes,
Got it, okay.
the whole property is within the 100-foot, the whole development.
The
is-
developed area, yeah,
is
got it, okay.
within the
Oh, yeah, the
100-foot
brook runs right by the house. Put bridge and everything.
It's a
That's
nice
beautiful.
brook.
It's like a home.
Constant flowing?
Excuse me?
It's not intermittent, right? It's constant
Oh,
flow?
no, it's a brook.
Cool. Just a good distance away.
Yeah,
Where's this is where that's where the
that's what the
infiltrators are.
infiltrators do.
Great. PVC, yard drain. Yard drain's gonna have it's just a covered drain on there? Out in the middle of the, where is that? Is that in the
corner of the
driveway?
garage.
Is that in the driveway, or is that gonna be paved there?
What are you talking about?
To the right of the garage.
That's the infiltrator, and the yard drain is being used as a settling basin for the infiltrators.
Yeah.
As required by DEC.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be covered, like.
Totally covered, okay.
And it's not gonna have a grate top, it'll have a solid top.
The driveway you're putting in is just asphalt, more asphalt off of it?
Yeah, that little bit between the existing asphalt driveway and the garage.
Oh, right here, I see. So that's gonna be in the grass, or whatever that is. And this is the new area. That's tight. Great. It's not hard.
You're gonna be digging, you gotta show, where you're putting the machine.
of the driveway.
On Polly?
Or outside?
Oh.
the-
Yeah, it's
Oh,
in
it's
the
good.
notes.
It's gonna be in and out of there. And,
No
I think
equipment
there's
shall be
notes
stored within the
about
wetland
that.
buffer.
Usual notes are on there
No equipment
someplace.
enter delineated
But-
wetlands area.
I mean, it's gonna
Great.
be a slab on grade, so there's not gonna be a whole lot of digging.
No fueling within the wetland buffer, fantastic. I do wanna ask though, since the, since the entire property is in the wetland buffer, or at least the developed area here, I do think you should probably have a note on here about if there we are doing fueling in the area, cause where else are you gonna do it? And then you need to do it on, you should do it on poly.
Isn't that one of my notes about fueling?
It says no fueling in wetland buffer. But my point was that there's no area in the developed area that isn't in the wetland buffer. So like you'd have to drive off-site to refuel.
Yeah, no equipment
which-
shall be stored within the wetland buffer unless 6 mil polished sheeting is provided on the
I'm
vehicle.
talking about the fueling though.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, but
store.
realistically, they're gonna go in there in one day and dig the foundation, they're gonna take the machine off-site. They're
Okay.
not gonna have to refuel it, but
Okay, it's just,
the note would be.
We
no-
gotta ask Jack.
Okay, no refueling.
and they got a spill kit on there, so that's fine. For point number 2 on here, all you could have said was, no fuels within the wetland buffer, or on 6 mil poly. That's sufficient, I
Okay,
think,
I
right?
can add that.
That's sufficient, right?
And where is the silt fence going?
I think I have it down, well, it's along, it's on
No,
the
it's
other
not
side of the
on-
driveway.
it's not. No.
It's it's below the concrete washout, area. SF, on the lines.
Oh, right here, right here.
I got it. Okay.
Oh, alright. Zone, 2-month period, breaks,
We need a copy, I think, hold on.
Natural
Oh, he's got it right here.
great. Everybody knows to bring it. I've asked enough people. Great. I need to see. Erosion, engineering, spec, logic and work, great, topsoil seed, yep. 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 You don't have any, you're not working on any slopes that are over like 30 degrees, are you?
No.
Great. Soils, yep, great. Again, that's fine.
All right, so do I have a motion to accept the application for Minora Murigala, 65 Mexico Lane, to construct a 24 by 20 garage, with the following condition, that the town wetland inspector do a pre and post inspection of the silt fence, and that the remediation for the tanks are approved by Rich. The, I can't think of the name right now. The infiltration tanks are approved by Rich.
And
The
fueling
calculations.
is fueling on,
And
adding a note to
modify
that,
the note.
right? Modifying that note, which you can just as an email, that's fine. Poly, fueling on poly. Filled.
So do I have a motion to accept the application?
I make that motion?
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so you're good, you're on the clock.
Thank you.
Next item, up for grabs. Here, just so you know, right up front.
Love it.
Okay,
You're not
next item is Stephen Rosemary Carinci, 69 Lakeside Road, construct garage, driveway, and house addition. Ooh. You guys got enough?
Got enough.
Tell us a story, Jack.
Story is, Mr. Carinci owns about a half an acre parcel of land with an existing house on Kirk Lake. He wishes to install a garage in addition to the house, removing an existing screen porch and putting a driveway down to the house, to the garage. Right now, the property does not have a garage. They park up on the street. The street is elevated. The property goes down towards the lake. The existing house is down below the street. And so the new garage is gonna be down below the street. I made the driveway work to the town standards. We're gonna collect water off the new roof areas and infiltrators. And the big problem is the town has a catch basin in front of the house, and there's an 18-inch HDPE pipe that goes from the catch basin to the left of the house and goes straight into the lake. And unfortunately, it is under the proposed garage addition. So we're rerouting the pipe around the garage. The town does not have an easement for that pipe, a written easement, but adverse possession, prescription, Mike Simone believes that he has the right to put the pipe there, or leave the pipe there. He also has indicated to the owner and me that he will provide the owner with the necessary pipe and the necessary structures to reroute the pipe, but the owner has to put this pipe in conjunction with the construction of the garage, and he will provide a written easement to the town allowing the pipe to remain on the property.
Well, I mean, I gotta see where the proposed reroute is, right?
It's on there.
Shows it straight underneath.
To the left, when you look at it, it goes, see where the basin
Oh, I see, got it,
goes to the
relocated.
left?
So are you going to a manhole? The D is a manhole?
That's a manhole, and then we're tying into the pipe beyond the garage with
And
another
you're
manhole.
gonna put another manhole?
Yeah, we're gonna connect into that pipe so we don't have to change, there's a stone wall at the lake, so we don't wanna have disturbance so close to the lake so we're just gonna connect to the existing pipe at that second manhole.
It's a big garage.
It's a huge garage. How many square feet?
Doubles the size of the house.
Double the size of the house.
It is a big garage, it's a 3-car garage. The disturbance is, the total disturbance is 9,400 square feet.
So you need a SWIP.
Yes, I did one.
Do you have any correspondence from Mike Simone, Highway Superintendent?
I don't have any correspondence, but I've met with him several times. He's the guy, what kind of correspondence would you want?
Just say that he's okay with you relocating his pipe.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, that was it.
yeah. The garage in the house addition impervious is 1,600 square feet, and the driveway impervious is 1,900 square feet.
So what are you doing, Caltech?
Yes.
Storm Tech.
Storm Tech's, they're both the same.
We don't
Well,
use
one
them.
of them's cheaper.
One of them's cheaper?
I think Caltech is cheaper.
Oh, is it? Interesting. All I ever hear is Caltech.
And you got calcs for this as well?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
All right, so you gotta get them to approve to Rich.
Should I submit that to Richie now?
Can.
If we,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not gonna hurt. Unless you change something.
Right.
And then you also took the area of disturbance. The area of disturbance that you're doing is the garage, the driveway, the excavation for the storm drain, and the proposed new deck.
What deck?
Proposed new deck.
Oh, yeah. Yes,
then we need an area for, I have a funny feeling they're gonna be using a machine,
Yes,
so I need to see a spill kit.
it's on there,
Let's see.
I hope.
Erosion control
It's on the
measures
second
here.
sheet. On the bottom, but to the left of the title block.
Oh, yeah.
I don't forget that anymore.
Silt fence.
Why
great.
not?
Construction sequence, great. Spill
It's gonna make me
kit.
do my job.
Is the entire property within the wetland buffer? Or where is the wetland?
Where is the wetland?
This.
On
this
the
The
dark
black,
line?
Yeah,
the
the whole
black
thing.
line.
Well, so they could, as long, I'm just making sure, like, there's some space, they can, right there's macadam parking, they're gonna be putting in this. There is space for them to fill outside the wetland buffer, so that's fine, note's fine.
Right. Just put a note on that, no filling within the wetland.
They have it,
buffer.
it's here.
It is it?
Yep, construction goods shall not be fueled within the wetland buffer to
Oh,
Kirk
fueling,
Lake.
fueling.
Fueling, yes.
Fueling.
No equipment will be stored within the 100-foot buffer, excellent, unless on 6 mil poly. Fantastic. You got it.
Did you put your stockpile location on here?
Oh, you know,
Nope.
doesn't look like it, does it? I can put it on. I mean, it'll go right above the storm tech units.
And you have to probably detail for the stockpile area, right?
Location and detail. Yeah, that's not. What is currently happening to the water that's coming off the two-story framed residence? Meaning existing water that's coming off of there, existing leaders, or is it just hitting, is it just coming down and hitting the ground there? What's happening to it?
I'm not sure. It's either sheet flowing off the roof or it's being collected in a pipe and discharging at the rear of the house. Yeah, I mean, there's the area between the existing house and the lake is well manicured lawn, so it
Got
kind of disperses any rainwater that comes down there. And we're gonna be taking the rainwater off of the, we're gonna do the infiltrators, but the infiltrators are gonna overflow into the pipe that goes into the lake.
Right, so just to make sure I got how this water is being collected here on the property, or will be, I should say. There's a surface drain that's right before the garage.
Yep,
That's collecting, depositing the storm tech through 4-inch PVC.
yep,
You have a leader, a single 4-inch PVC leader drain that's coming from the
Garage roof.
garage roof on the
Corner.
south eastern side there. That single leader is going to be taking the entirety of the roof water of this new garage and
Yes.
dumping it into the storm tech?
well, the side of the roof that's facing the, the rear and the side that's facing the infiltrators will be picked up in that 1 liter. The other side of the house that will be picked up by the leader will discharge into the trench drain in front of the garage door.
I see. Can you add that as a note on here indicating that there's a leader there that it will discharge in, like, put a note that there's a leader there that will end up into the drain? Because that's part of the water flow system here that we're trying to make sure.
And what about the deck? That's not having a roof, is it?
It's a wood deck.
Okay.
Leader into, surface. Northwest. And the storm tech, is sized to handle the water that is coming off of the full roof, is that right?
The whole new roof,
Plus whatever was
plus the
going through that
plus the driveway,
Right, okay, great.
and the existing
You
house.
think
is
4-inch pipe is gonna be
I
enough?
was worried about that, yeah.
4-inch pipe is big enough?
For that leader drain?
Yeah.
I can make it 6. I can make it 6.
I'm just
I think
thinking,
I think I
'cause-
have the.
Wanna borrow these?
The outlet pipe is 6, and the inlet, this is 4. I'll make that 6.
Okay.
I'll make them all 6.
That'd be great, just to make sure we're covered. That's, my concern was that I only saw 1 liter drain coming off of this entire property going into that with a 4-inch PVC. How is this roof pitched? The new roof, and I guess the old roof too, I mean, I don't have any pictures I can take a look on Google.
I don't.
You're not taking anything with the old roof, right? That, we're not including that in any
No.
calcs?
No.
Should we? That's
It's
part of
existing.
my question. I know it's existing,
It's existing.
helps with
Do,
an incredible amount of new impervious.
You throw a rain garden on the lawn?
You don't need to throw a rain garden if he throws it into the storm tank.
How's he gonna get it over there?
Well, you got a leader coming off here, so, and
You're
they're
not
putting
gonna
in
tie
a
the
new
roof in.
deck.
Are you tying the roof, the new roof into the old roof?
Ah, look at this one. I love it. So there's this here is
This is gonna,
one on this side.
That's pitching that
On
way.
this
The other
side.
way is pitching,
so this,
they're opposite.
this piece of roof will be picked up here in the trench drain, and the other one goes the other side.
And what size trench drain are you putting in there?
Well, I think it's a 12 by 12.
With a 6-inch discharge?
Everything's gonna be 6.
Yeah, because
Everything's 6. We don't know what
leaves.
Just saying, if this is pitched going down this
That's-
way, you could make this whole thing discharge.
Yeah, but then you're gonna have the whole,
Yeah.
leader there
Yeah.
along the side of the house.
It's already pitched that way. What are they gonna, is it just sheeting off?
Yeah, it's just gonna sheet off.
Who does that these days?
I don't know.
You do that on sheds, you don't do that on houses. I mean, you could.
You could.
Alright, if nobody else thinks that we need to.
I'm not a big deal about the existing
Alright,
houses, just as long as it covers what's new.
I,
And just give me provide the list of calculations where you came up with your area disturbance.
Yeah, yeah, it's in the, you wanna see my calculations?
like,
Just a summary,
saying
driveway.
garage is this much,
Garage is
driveway-
this
yeah.
much, driveway is this much, cul-de-sac is this much.
Oh, no, for the calculations,
Yeah.
for the sizing, yeah, I have that.
Yeah,
I'll
just get that. All right. Fix it up, resubmit.
Okay. Not that much to be fixed up.
Well, submit what you have to submit.
Can you accept the application and I'll get the thing in by Monday?
I can't do that anymore, because, somebody went part-time, so I can't. Unless you wanna get it into Dawn by Tuesday, but I can't guarantee it's gonna be advertised this week.
Well, we need a bunch of things.
We need the SWIP approval, we need the
Right. Well, we
Caltech
don't need the-
calcs,
we don't need the-
stockpile area, leader into surface drain, change all piping to 6-inch to calcs for the disturbance.
Like, mean the counts for the sizing of the Coltex.
Right.
For the storm tanks, I have that. I can give it to tomorrow.
Well, that's to Rich.
He doesn't have to approve this before.
That's true.
All right, so then, do I have a motion? All right,
Well,
so-
does he need an approved SWIP for us to accept the
Well, we can
application
accept the
as complete?
application, and then we can have the approved SWIP when Rich
Because
approves
it's
the
gonna be a
SWIP.
month down the road before we come back again, right? With the advertising and all that stuff.
Well, so the point of the advertising though is that we have a complete application. If there's no SWIP in there, it's not a complete application.
You have to get a SWIP into the file.
I'll get it into you by Monday?
Can you do it tomorrow?
Yeah. I can get it.
All right.
Alright. So we need the SWIP, we need the note from the highway superintendent. We need, stockpile location and details submitted. We need a note that indicates that the leader is going into the surface drain on the northwest corner of the new property, of the new addition. 6-inch pipes instead of 4-inch pipes. And, the breakdown of the area of disturbances, so how much of it is the new addition, how much of it is the, driveway, how much of it is the.
You want the impervious, not the breakdown of the.
Areas of disturbance, the disturbance, how you came up with the 9,000 square feet.
I didn't come up with it, the surveyor did it.
Sure.
Okay, well, then fine, then give me that.
That's what, it's on there, someplace.
Is it?
But I thought you wanted the breakdown of the impervious surfaces, the garage, the driveway. and the-
Well, that's for the calculation, that's, but I mean, you can just have the total for that, and as long as it's, Rich understands that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's got a zoning schedule on here. That's gonna be some driveway.
Area of you have right, the area of disturbance is 0.22 acres, 9,400 square feet, but where is that 9,400 square feet, like, calculated?
well, this surveyor did a calculation.
Just give me a summary of where he came up with the 9,400 square feet.
It's ballooned in where the area of disturbance is. And I have the area of disturbance within the wetlands, well, it's right here. It's total, limit of disturbance, total is 9,400 square feet, in wetlands, setback 700 square feet. And it points to the little ballooning, that's the limit of disturbance line.
Is the what?
That's the limit of disturbance line.
Is that like circular one, half circles? Got it. So that whole area is where you're getting the 9,400 square feet?
Yes.
I see,
Oh, and I would know that just by knowing, you're right, there's a note there.
I see.
I got it.
That's fine, I think that's, it's, what was that?
I'm
Yeah,
good.
I think that's, okay, so we don't need. I'll
All
cross
right,
that off.
cross that off. All right, do you want to accept it then?
I'm okay with that.
All right,
It's
so
not
do I have a
changing it
motion to
materially.
accept the application for Stephen and Rosemary Corinci with the following conditions? One, they need to submit a SWIP in the file by tomorrow, and they need to get SWIP approval. They need to give the storm Coltech calcs in to Rich for approval, to this town engineer. Provide stockpile area and details. Show a note on there, the leader from the roof goes into the subsurface drain. Change all underground PVC piping to 6-inch diameter. Provide, that's all, provide a copy of a note from the highway department that you can, relocate that 18-inch HDPE. And that's it. Do I have a motion?
I make that motion?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, you're on the clock.
Thank you very much.
Can you hang out for a minute?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, last item is meeting minutes. So, do I have the only one that can't, everybody can vote. So do I have a motion to accept meeting minutes for May 19th, 2022?
I make that motion?
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Okay, with that, we have no other agenda items, and do I have a motion to close the meeting?
I make that motion?
Do I have a second?
So moved. Oh, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everybody. Good night. Stay dry.
Get that right.